Hello, this is Mr. Bedford here going through the Year 8 test. On question 1, you are asked to estimate the bearing of the point Q from the point P. So this point here, from the point P, is where we do our measuring from. So we find P, there it is, and we measure from the north line going clockwise, and we're working out that angle there, which is close to 120 degrees. So that's why we get the answer. On question 2, this time we're asked to calculate the bearing of the point P from the point Q. So here's Q over here. So from this point, we imagine we have our north line drawn like this, and I want to work out how much it is to turn around going clockwise until I can face this direction of point P. If I did a little dotted line like this angle here is 130 degrees, and this angle here is 180 degrees. The whole of that angle, which I've marked here, will be the 180 plus 130, giving you answer D, 310. Question 3. At noon, Mike notices that the shadow of a lamppost is twice its height. So whatever this height is of the lamppost, let's call that 5 meters, then the shadow is twice that, so 10 meters. Or if you were to go in terms of algebra, you could call the height of that x, which would mean that the length of that shadow would be twice that, 2x. Reading the rest of the question, he measures the shadow of a nearby tree to be 25 meters. What is the height of the tree to the nearest meter? Let's get rid of this bit now, and let's get rid of those bits. So we now know that the shadow is 25 meters, which means that the lamppost will be half that, 12.5 meters, but the last bit says round it to the nearest meter, 12.5 meters rounded to the nearest meter is 13 meters. On question 4, a map has a scale of 2 centimeters to every 5 kilometers. How long should a 6 kilometer road be on the map? So let's write this way around. 5 kilometers is 2 centimeters on my map. If I knew what 1 kilometer was, then I could work out what 6 kilometers was by timesing it by 6. So let's work out how we get to the 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer is 5 times less than 5 kilometers. So in other words, if I took the 5 kilometers and divided it by 5, I'd get 1 kilometer, which is what I'll also have to do for this side. Take the 2 centimeters, divide that by 5, and you'll be left with 0.4 centimeters. Now I know 1 kilometer is 0.4 centimeters. If I scale that up by timesing it by 6 on both sides, 1 kilometer times 6 becomes 6 kilometers. 0.4 times 6 becomes 2.4 centimeters. So 6 kilometers is 2.4 centimeters, giving me the answer C. On question 5, calculate the value of x. We have a right angled triangle here, and because we have two sides given, we are looking at using Pythagoras' theorem. Pythagoras' theorem just states you take one side, one of the shorter sides, square it, add it to the other shorter side, square those, and then square root. Remember here we are finding the longest of the two sides, and we know it's the longest of the two sides because it's opposite the right angle. So the sum looks like this. Take one of the sides, square it, add it to the other side, square that, and square root the answer. Round it where appropriate to 1 decimal place, and we will be looking at answer A. Question 6. What is the length of the side K to 2 decimal places? Again, my longest side is opposite the right angle. And again, it's a Pythagoras question because I've got a right angle triangle and I've been given 2 sides. So to find one of the shorter sides this time, we do something very similar again. We take the square root of our 2 sides, make sure we square them, We don't add this time because we don't want the longest side, we want to make it a shorter side, so we need to make the answer smaller. That's why we have the minus in there. And if we do that and round it to 2 decimal places, we end up with answer C. On 7, key in the formula you need to find the missing length. Right angle triangle. My longest side is opposite the right angle one. And remember, if it's the longest side, you have to square the two sides, then add them together. So let's have a look. To work out this one, we would take the square root of the two sides and then add them together, which gives me answer C. On 8, what is the missing number? Well, we've got a formula up here, which is basically y is equal to 4 times by whatever x is, take away 5. We've been told that x here is going to be 1, and so our sum becomes 4 times by the value 1, take away 5. Work that out and you get -1, giving you the answer D. Question 9. Rewrite this out again. Y is equal to -3 multiplied by x, add on the 2. Find out what x is. Well, x in this case is 2. So put that into my sum. -3 times by 2 plus 2. That's -6 plus 2, which is -4. Giving me the answer C. On 10, this is a table of values for the line y is equal to x squared plus 3. What should represent the star? Well, again, we're told what the x value is. X in this case is -1. So let's go back through to my equation. It said y was equal to x squared plus 3. Replace the x with the -1, like that. -1 squared, that's -1 times -1 is 1, plus the 3 gives me the answer 4, which is answer D. Okay, that concludes it for the test. Thank you.